Okay, so today our target from our cycle work was writing tricky words, and you narrowed into the teaching point with this lesson of using the vowel teams or another way to write the word with the vowel. Like for the example you gave was with the long long vowel sound with an E at the end, so that they could try the two ways. So what I have here is just numbered from which words you had, and then I put a check or an X on all the kids that I could capture. So is there any certain one that stands out more to you than this information than others?
For my friend Liam, I don't think he got most of them. His mom was with him, but I could tell she wasn't like giving him the answers, which was good because I could tell that by what he was showing. So yeah. I'm kind of worried about that little guy. He is one of my lower readers too. So, but I was a little more surprised at how well most of the class did. There were a couple that like Henley. So I can almost like tell who I would want in a small group together for that specific skill based on what we just did.
Okay, perfect. So I think that's a great next step. Like thinking about which kiddos you might want to pull into like a small group for, because since the rest of them seem like the majority of them got it,
yeah.
That way you know to move on. So we kind of have two next steps then, a small group, and then what your next steps will be for the whole class. Which do you want to talk about first then?
Let's do small group stuff first.
Okay. So let's kind of lead off from Liam. He is on AA day.
Yes.
I'm looking at your pre-assessment data there. Then how about the others that were kind of in his same category? Gavin and Edward.
Mm-hmm. So Edward would be somebody that would be pulled with Liam, like in the same group. So would Henley. That would be based on what we did today and PSI.
Okay.
Penelope wasn't here. Well, she was here, but she wasn't on my screen. So I don't know if she was here the whole time or like when she disappeared.
I didn't see her either.
Okay, because I saw her name log in, but then I never saw her log out, so I don't know what happened there. But she would also fall in that same category of like they're just all kind of my lower readers that would just need extra assistance in phonics to hopefully boost up their reading skills.
Okay. So
that would be
my. Did you say Edward was the other one?
Yes.
And the lot of that you focus on today was like EA, EE, OA, right? So
yeah.
Kind of half of that chart, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going. Sorry, I think I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I was going to say Gavin just kind of surprised me a little with this. So I think I wouldn't put him in the same small group anymore based on what he did today, because he was one that I was like, oh, when he slows down and thinks about it, he can apply it. So that was good.
Yeah. So that makes me think then for the AA group, you've got some good info there. Penelope, you probably want to check in with on the AA day to see, since we didn't, because I couldn't see her either. So what about the BB group?
BB. Trying to think. So I couldn't see Javion throughout all of it. I saw him on parts of it. But I know that he gets frustrated when writing and spelling trickier words. Like he'll just give up and walk away.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if working on him on these strategies, just showing him that will help him in writing,
Okay.
become a more confident writer and reader.
So I believe the for sure one I captured, and then I think I might have missed him on another one, just because it was hard to kind of keep track of everybody not being as familiar with them. But I think, got at least two of them that I could tell correctly.
Okay. Okay, that's
So
good.
he seemed pretty confident in that sense for these, but it could be different with some of those harder ones like the OWs, the UEs, the AWs.
Yeah. Okay. My BB kids are some of my higher kids.
Well, and looking at your chart, like Reese, Riley, Riley, I didn't see. Was she absent, I assume?
Yeah, she doesn't come to our virtual stuff.
Okay, so she might be one then to check in with in person.
Yeah. I have a feeling based on what I've seen from her, she wouldn't do as well.
Okay.
So Riley and Reese are pretty similar in that aspect.
Okay.
Are they
Reese
reading?
got at least one of them that I caught.
Okay.
That was the OA, so that's a good sign.
That is good. Okay.
And Asher would be the other one.
Yeah.
He was turning his camera on and off, but I did get two, one correct, one incorrect. So he might be the other one.
Yeah, no, that would make sense.
So I wonder then to help you with that planning of these two small groups then, or wait, one more, Jacob. He was fine on my end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Timothy was having internet issues, so he would be the only other one that I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I think Timothy would do okay, but I can always double check on that too.
Okay. So thinking of the next steps for this small group, then what are you thinking could be how you center that small group? Just redo the same quick lesson, but in a small group, and maybe just give them some varied words that would meet certain one's needs to see how they do. Like maybe for your BB kids, give them a few of those harder ones.
Yeah, that would, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned the chart. Is that something you want to bring out with them in this group?
Yes, definitely.
Having the chart. So how do you think, when you think of your structure of your small group, because that was a little bit longer, whole group, how would you want to structure that? Like kind of your thinking of that small groups with phonics breakdown, kind of a quick opening, like a quick connection, and then what your teaching point would be, and then your quick example is kind of thinking how you outlined yours. What do you think about that structure for this as well?
So I think a review of the Val Teams chart and just like from the first grade Val Teams chart that we used the other day, a quick review of that and the Val Team, what sounds they make might help them be able to spell those tricky words. So start with a review.
Okay. Do you mind if I pull off of this and pull up a quick little doc?
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's really fine.
Okay. So I'm just going to make this in here. So possible quick little thing. This is going to go. Make sure. I'm just going to do a quick one. All right. So intro Okay. And are you thinking like quick, like a 30 seconds to a minute on that, just to kind of help people?
Yeah, just a refresher.
Okay. So then your teaching point would be the
Using vowel teams to spell tricky words, or I can, whatever it is. Yeah.
okay. And so then the teach parts, you want to use that try it many ways chart to give them a step by step, or just give them an example, or a combination of the two?
Probably a combination of the two. I definitely want to show that chart because I didn't today and I wish I would have. But yeah, so use that chart and an example of what I mean.
What would your example be for this one?
Um,
Do you want to use like that, the OW, the OO, OI word sound?
let's do OW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then we would do a practice. Like, have them kind of like thinking of that independent practice part. What do you want them to have their whiteboards again? Kind
Yeah. So they'll have their whiteboards and their markers, and then we'll just like do it all together, practice writing one word two ways, just like we did today. But we could like talk our way through it rather than just having them do it on their own. Like listen to the sounds they hear in the word.
All right, so the last thing usually would be just that quick reminder of that teaching point, using your vowel teams to try it 2 ways to spell your tricky word.
Yep.
And send them off. Okay. Do you want us to kind of code this small group tomorrow sometime?
Yeah, we could do that. Tomorrow's a glow day, so it might get kind of crazy.
And it's collaboration, so I'll be in and out of collaboration. But this could be quick, depending on when you have like 15 to 20 minutes that they would be maybe reading with their flashlights. I think if I remember correctly, you said that's what they'll be doing.
Yes, that would be good. We could do that from, they're usually reading by like 1:20. So yeah, they'll be independently reading by 1:20.
Oh, so how about I'll be in kindergarten collab and I'll just try to leave a few minutes early.
That's perfect. Yeah. And then we'll just pull them over at that time.
All right. Real quick. Who wants to do what out of this small group? Like, do you want to start off? Do you want to kind of alternate back and forth? How do you want to do it?
So I could do connection and the teaching point.
Did I spell your name right?
Yeah. And then if you do the teach part, that way I can show how you introduce things like those charts.
Okay.
Because I could get better at that, obviously. So it'd be nice to observe that. And then I could do the practice, and then you do the quick reminder of the teaching point. Okay.
All right, and so we're thinking usually with the small groups, we try to keep them at 8 to 10 minutes. when we do those. So I will try to make sure with that teach that it's like 1 to 2 minutes max, because really it's just re-teaching that mini lesson. So just quit. So that way they have as much time as they can to practice. So how does that sound?
That works. For the review of the Val Teams chart, should I review all? Because that might take longer than 30 seconds to review the whole chart, and that might be too much. Should I pull out like the OW or like the trickier Val Teams to review?
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll probably just pick a couple. Because like they're pretty good with the EE, the OO, stuff like that.
I
Okay.
think that's a great idea.
Okay. And with practice, like what do you think? 2 minutes? Is that long enough practice? I don't.
You might kind of have to feel that one out. Maybe in that moment, we can kind of see how it goes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
With them practicing. Because yeah, so we're going to be doing them together, kind of like we did in the lesson. Are they going to still be writing it themselves as well in some way?
Yes.
Okay. So do you want, while they're doing that, for me to do kind of like I did today with the whole group, making notes of who's getting what?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. All right. You got a good little plan there.